The CSCA is a new exam that every undergraduate that is required to actually apply for the CSC needs to take. But a lot of students are actually scared and they are wondering, can they actually pass this exam? A lot of people have asked me questions concerning this, and this video, I'm just going to be talking about it and tell you what I know about this exam.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning.
Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Ormah, and in this channel I actually talk about opportunities, especially like CSC, and basically opportunities to come to China. I'm trying my best not to give out information that I'm not sure of. That's why every information that I come to talk about on my channel is something I know that is either I have done personally, or I know someone that have done them, or at least I just know about it. I mean, I'm not an expert. I just see me like a big sister, right, that is in China that can help you. So it has actually come to my attention that this exam is something that I'll be taking, as in for people that are probably applying for like bachelors or people applying for undergraduates. And for the longest time I've tried to run away from this particular topic. Let me not lie, I haven't really talked about it on my channel because I didn't know much about it. And even though yes, I could do my research and then just come shoot a video, I was not so sure if this is something that was required, if it was like compulsory. So that's why I wasn't really talking about it until I started having clients of my own that wanted to apply for the CSC or for the scholarship opportunity, especially because they were undergraduates. Remember that I've been running away from this topic, right? I've been applying for a lot of my clients, but most of them were actually masters and PhD. And while I was doing the processing for them, I never asked them for the CSC. It wasn't even like compulsory. What is this exam? What is this exam? The CSCA is China Scholastic Competency Assessment. So this exam requires that you would take like English, physics, chemistry, or Chinese. So maybe if you're applying for an English taught program, you will need to take the Chinese. But then if you are applying for the English taught program, then you need to take the Chinese. So this exam is an exam that maybe you just look at someone who is like writing grade 12 in China, right? Someone who is like in grade 12 in China, that kind of exam. Of course, if you're a teacher, you would have taught some grades in, so you just know that China have a lot of grades till like grade 12. If you do not prepare well for this exam, I'm telling you, you will not pass this exam. The reason why I feel like you should really prepare for this exam is because this is new, right? So definitely if it's new, they would want to take it serious. They want to up their game. I'm feeling like one of the reasons why this exam is coming to be is because maybe like a lot of Chinese people have been complaining recently about the fact that the Chinese government or the Chinese just gives internationals opportunity. That's what I'm feeling, because even for me recently, I was already asked that, oh, okay, you know what, you shouldn't be talking about China scholarship opportunities as much. And for me, I feel like the reason I still talk about it is because I get a lot of questions. So it's like, okay, I'm getting a lot of questions from internationals. So what I'm going to do is probably, if I talk about the opportunities that China is giving to internationals, I probably would not post it on TikTok or WeChat or like the Chinese platforms. I do have people asking me questions even from the WeChat platform. I'll post it here on YouTube. I think there was a client of mine who wanted to apply for the medical, and then while I was trying to process her documents and everything for her to like get the admission and get the scholarship, then I bumped into the CSCA. The beautiful thing about this exam is that, or this school, is that they requested that, oh, okay, she can come to the school and do like a foundation training, meaning if she go in by March, I mean between March to June, she can actually like train on the exam, and then she would write the exam, and if she passed, then she would go ahead and start her study. So it's just the same thing with those of us that actually wanted to do like Chinese, right? some of us that we came to China, we did Chinese for like a year, right? So after you do like Chinese for a year, you now write the exam, and then if you pass the exam, then you now go ahead to start your major. So I'm thinking that that's also the same thing that this school is trying to do. They're trying to like invite students, oh, come do the foundation course for some time, and then after you've done this for some time, then you go ahead and write the exam, and then if you pass the exam, then you can actually like, you know, start your major. So it's not something to be scared of, especially if this is something that is new and you're feeling like, oh, you don't know if you're gonna pass. You can just find a university that would accept you to do the foundation course. But if you feel like, okay, you know what, you want to write this exam yourself, this is something you can also do, but you need to prepare really well, because if your physics or chemistry is not good, especially for those of you that are like writing science, I don't know if this exam is exempted for art students, because I realize that it's not every university that is actually accepting this exam. Some university, they are not taking this exam. So but if, let's say, like you now that you want to go into a certain university, like you've really like picked the university and like, this is the university I want to go to, I don't care, and then now this university, they say that you have to write the exam, then you have to prepare well and write this exam, because this is a requirement, especially for those people that are doing bachelor's. It's not for masters and PhD now. I think it's mandatory for those people that are going for like bachelor's. So is it hard? It's going to be difficult for people that are not prepared. It's going to be difficult for people. Just see it like it's like writing SAT or any other exam. So absolutely you need to be prepared to actually be able to pass this exam. And while I was helping my clients to do this, there were some documents that I asked her to bring, which is a normal document that I always ask you guys to like bring when it's time to apply for your scholarship or for CSC. So I asked her to give me all those documents, and she gave me all those documents. And I also realized that they were also looking at her grades. So between like they were looking at her grades, especially like for the physics, chemistry that she was also going to prepare for. And it depends on your major, right? So they'll look at your grades, which is something now that Chinese is looking at. If your grades are really low, then there's a low chance that you get like a fully funded scholarship. Maybe you get like maybe partial, or you just maybe not even get scholarship at all. So depending on your grades, then you can be able to be like, okay, no, I'll get a scholarship. If you are applying for master's, PhD, like at least your grades should be above 70%. I mean, you can try a local if it's less than 70% before you say Ormah said. I'm only just telling you guys what the Chinese company I'm working with are saying to me, because personally for me, I used to communicate with them every time, and they are the ones telling me these are requirements from the university. So it's not even just them that's saying this, it's the university. This is the requirement. Like if your grades are not high, then it's not easy for you to get a scholarship. Because let me tell you something that you don't know. After you have gotten admission to university, the Ministry of Education, they still go into this university to do their checks, to check the students, to check their scores, to know if their grades are high. So imagine that, okay, an agent is just helping you and then your grades are not high. It's going to affect that university, whichever university that is bringing you into that school. It's going to affect them. So it's better for you to just try your best to just know that you need to have good grades and you need to have high grades. If the university accepts you, even though your grades are not high, that's also good. And this exam is something that I feel like you can prepare now, because if you are not able to write this exam, then maybe you will not resume like September. You have to like push it to next year. So if you feel like, okay, you know what, okay, I want to prepare for this exam, then you have like 1 year or 1 year some months to actually prepare for this exam and actually write it or get the score that you need. At least like it's, I think for each score is like a multi-purpose question, and it's over 100, right? So it's just like jam in Nigeria. If you're in Nigeria, you know that we used to write these exams in Nigeria. Like in Nigeria, we'll write like physics. If you're actually doing arts, you write arts, 4 subjects from arts. If you're doing like science, you do like physics, chemistry, then you choose just 4 courses that that you feel like, okay, you know what, you can do, then you go ahead and write. And I think it's also over 100 too. Funny enough, it's kind of similar. It's almost as if China is like picking picking jam from Nigeria, so it's like almost similar. And then after you have written this exam, then with your scores, somehow JAM will be able to select the right university for you. For me, I think I got admission in my school, but I didn't even go to the school that I got admission in. I think that for China, it's not like CSCA would pick a university for you, but you just need to at least pass and let them know that, okay, your grades is authentic, because they don't want to just be looking at your grades and be like, okay, you know what, these grades are high or whatever, and then when they bring you to the school, they realize that you're not able to comprehend whatever you're doing. I feel like this is the one thing that they do not want. They don't want to like bring in students into the university and feel like the students don't even understand anything. It's not even just about the fact that your teacher might be like a Chinese teacher and maybe he's teaching in Chinese. That's not even it. Just the fact that maybe they bring in students and the students don't even like understand like the basic mathematics or just the basic things, and this is going to be very difficult for the students. So I feel like this is the importance of this exam, and the fact that they also add Chinese, just like, you know, how they also like looking into the Chinese thing, because Chinese, they want you to know Chinese. So let's say that your major is going to be taught in Chinese, they expect that your Chinese should be good, right? And I don't even know why this foundation course is just for maybe like 5 months. I'll be thinking that if they want students to pass and do well, maybe they should do the foundation course for a year. Yeah, because there are some of my clients from French-speaking countries that maybe their English are not even like so good, because of course in their country they don't speak English, they speak French, so you cannot like blame them. And some of them too, they don't know Chinese, so they don't know Chinese, they don't know English. So like, what do you want them to do if they don't know Chinese, they don't know English? Like, how do you expect them to like survive? It's just like that. Like, some of them, though, if their English are not so good and their Chinese is not so good, and that's why some of them don't really used to get like scholarship as much, because they do not have like the requirements. So this is actually not such a bad thing. I know that a lot of my clients who I had told them to go ahead and apply. I remember 2 years ago I had announced that China was bringing an exam like this. I remember that I said it on this channel. I told you guys that China was actually introducing like an exam whereby students would take exam before the admission and everything. But a lot of people, I mean, called me bluff. Probably they didn't believe me. So it was supposed to start last year. When I actually made the announcement about this exam, that, oh, you have to take an exam before you start your degree or you start your major, I said it's 2023. I did not say 2024. So it's now like funny to me that when 2024 came and then they were not saying anything about the exam, I was like, oh, okay, maybe this thing was not even true. Like, I was just feeling like, okay, maybe this is not going to happen anymore, because where I heard it from, or the source that I heard it from, was actually a reliable source. This person actually works in the CSC office and actually said it, that, okay, you know what, China was going to be bringing like you have to take an exam before you start your major. And I remember that the news was going like viral, like everybody was talking about it, though I don't think some people were taking it serious as much. But I came here because, you know, guys always come and talk about like some of the opportunities and some of the things that are actually happening. And I came here and I spoke about it. But I know that some people did not take me serious. Since they are not even going to be like asking about the maths, and their main focus is the physics and the chemistry, then that should just be a focus: physics, chemistry, and then the English. And remember, because this year, I feel like this year they are focusing on STEM. Yes, for those of you that don't know, STEM is like related to like science, engineering, and tech. Those people that are into tech, okay? So those people that are going to be applying into like STEM, like science and engineering and everything, you'll see that they will have high chance of getting scholarship compared to like other majors. I remember that I was applying for some of my clients, And while I was doing the application for them, like those of them that wanted to do like, okay, business management or business admin or something like that, I would apply for a course related to like engineering, like management engineering. Guys, have you guys heard of it? Because I just know that for this year they are focusing on those people that are going into like engineering courses. So I was actually like helping my clients apply to like management engineering or something that just have to do with like STEM, right? And even those of my clients that I felt like maybe they don't want to do engineering, they don't want to do what I was doing, I told them, okay, you know what, maybe you don't want to do like what I'm doing. I show them a link that they should go and do courses related to STEM, maybe like AI or something that just show that maybe you're trying to do business in STEM or something like that, that was going to help them to get admission. Or even if they don't go ahead to like do like get a certificate that is related to STEM, maybe their study plan, while they are actually writing their study plan, they should actually write their study plan in such a way whereby it's related to STEM. So this is something that I actually just did for some of my clients during the application, and this is also the advice I was actually like telling them to do, because I just know that every year China like comes with their new requirements, their new focus for that year. And if you are an agent, or if you are just someone that you're feeling like, okay, you're looking for an opportunity to get that year, you should focus your attention on whatever that China have said that the focus is going to be for this year. Apart from STEM, China is also looking into like innovation. So what this means is that maybe like people that are going to be publishing papers, right? So if as a student you're trying to apply to come into China and you have published some papers, maybe one or two, right? Or even if you have not even published papers, maybe you published like a conference paper or you've written a paper, you can clearly see that in the CSC portal they have a space there for students who have written a paper or students who have published a paper. So you can see that this year that is also a focus, like students who have published paper or who have like who's doing something innovative, right? Innovation just means something new, and for your paper to be accepted, it just shows that, okay, you know what, your paper is solving a problem. But of course, for undergraduates, a lot of undergraduates probably don't even have experience when it comes to like writing papers, talk more of publishing papers. But I'm not gonna lie to you, when I was applying for scholarship to come to China, and I remember like I applied for this scholarship PTDF, which is under petroleum in my country, and I just graduated. I don't know anything about papers, but that was actually a requirement, because I remember going for the interview and they kept asking me, have you published a paper? Have you published a paper? And in my mind I'm like, what are you saying? I wrote my thesis. I know that I wrote my thesis, but I didn't publish. But I know some of my friends, when I came to China, they actually published a paper. Yeah, so I'm just trying to help you. Like China always have like their policy, their requirements. So every year, if you like you read a lot about the requirements and their policy, you just realize that it's going to help you know what to do for that year. It's going to help you know what the requirement is for that year. So that's how I'm able to like help some of my clients and just like guide them, letting them know what they should do so that they would get that offer or they get the opportunity, right? So this is just something I want you to know. I hope that this video is really going to help you guys, especially for those of you that are just hearing about this exam for the first time. I just don't want you to be like nervous, right? I think that a lot of students have already like graduated a long time and maybe they've probably forgotten about some of these courses, and because of how intense undergraduate can be, I don't think they want to just bring in students who probably like do not even have a background study or like remember what they did while they were in school. So this is why I feel like this exam is needed. So guys, if you have like any question you want to ask me concerning this particular topic, please write down your questions in the comment section and I'll answer them. Or you can actually book a consultation, a one-on-one consultation with me, whereby you can ask me any question or you just tell me whatever you need and I can be able to help you. I've been able to help most of my clients. Sure, most of my clients that I'm working with, most of them booked consultation, and that's how I was able to like work with them. So if this is something that you want me to do also, you can actually reach out to me, and I would love to help you. Also, I have written a lot of books about scholarship opportunities, study abroad, like literally so many books. You can actually check my description in case you need this book, because it will really help you. And if you want us to do the application for you, if you want to apply for CSC fully funded scholarship, partial funding, or you don't even want us to just apply and you don't want to pay your tuition fee and your stipends, we help a lot of our students to do this. So if there's something that you also need, you can actually check my information in the description. You can reach out to me on Instagram and ask me your questions, and I would love to help you, to guide you, and to support you, to enable you to get this opportunity. So I hope this video was really helpful. Please do well to like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.